Yep. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, man? Thanks for taking a few minutes. Tell us about
Thank you.
tell us about the D3 Nationals. I know that's been a dream of yours for the last couple of years, and got to be awesome, man. Heading out to Cleveland and seeing some of the talent out there.
Yeah, the Nationals is truly insane. Everybody's there with the same goal, and you're just surrounded by the best wrestlers in the country. The venue was awesome. We were at the Cleveland Public Atrium, and it was truly breathtaking when we first walked in there.
Now, were you more nervous for that, or more nervous for States NJSI's at Boardwalk Hall?
Probably more nervous for Nationals.
Really?
States I was going in pretty confident, and I had a lot of momentum coming out of regionals. So plus States is in Atlantic City, so I was right at home.
There you go, AC Joe they call you, right?
Yeah, Cleveland was a whole nother world.
Do you sit back now and think, man, like just 4 years ago, I was a high school kid and rolling around in the room at Atlantic City High School, and now you're a Division III athlete and making it to nationals and having a great career as well as an outstanding academic career.
Yeah, it's really amazing how much everything has changed. But everything it's still similar in the same way. Like whenever I come home, I wrestle with all the high school guys. Like I roll around with Fitzpatrick a lot when I come back. But it's just really amazing how much everything has changed in those 4 years.
Yeah, what a great kid, Fitzy, man. We had him as our wrestler of the year, and he just kept sending me messages on Twitter. Man, thank you so much for recognizing my career and stuff. And it's cool to see the high school kids react like that when you give them some notoriety. And I know you had kind of a similar thing during your high school career where you didn't nobody really knew you the first couple of years, and then you came on strong as a senior.
Yeah, I hit my senior year pretty hard. I ended up making it to regionals my junior year, but my senior year was definitely the year that I tried to separate myself from everyone else. And that's awesome that I saw that write-up you guys did about Fitz, and he deserves it. He works real hard, and it showed in States. So,
Joe, how'd you make out at Nationals?
So I ended up winning my first match, beat the kid. I think it was a 5-2 decision. And then I ended up losing my next two in tough matches. And but that's okay because, it gives you something to work for next year. And, at that tournament, everyone is at the top of their game. And unlike the D1 Nationals, there's only 18 kids that go to Nationals for D3.
Oh, okay.
So everyone there is just, at the top of their game and ready to rock. So I knew I was in for some tough matches, and I'm happy with the way I wrestled, but it's definitely something to look forward to for next year.
Now, for some of the high school kids listening this morning who may, a lot of kids think, oh, if I don't go Division I, it's kind of a letdown or disappointment. Tell these guys about how tough the Division III wrestlers are.
D3 is no joke. Let me just put it that way. D1 wrestling is a lifestyle for sure, but I know a lot of D3 guys that can hang with any of the D1 wrestlers. D3 wrestling it's tough, and I know a lot of guys that have dropped out of D1 programs to wrestle D3, and even some of them are surprised at how tough and how competitive it really is.
What's the biggest difference between high school and college wrestling?
Definitely the maturity level. When you go out there against someone in college, they're obviously, a lot bigger, a lot stronger. They're way more physical than someone in high school. Like, for example, when a college guy clubs you and you're not used to that, it's a shock, to put it that way. I know a lot of our freshmen almost get in trouble because, they're not used to a guy being that physical and being that, mentally wearing on you. So it's kind of a pretty tough adjustment to make coming out of high school.
Now, what weight class are you now?
I wrestled 184 this year.
So what would you say would be the difference between a 184-pound college wrestler and a 182-pound junior or senior in high school? I mean, you're basically the same weight, but what's the biggest difference?
The college guys are going to be a lot stronger and a lot more mentally composed. The college wrestler is just going to wear on you and tear you down through the whole match. High school guys are a little more hands off, and it's way more physical at the college level.
Now, Joe, I know we're talking to Joe Cutugno, former Atlantic City Wrestlers, now at R.I.T. Joe, I know you've had a pretty solid career so far, and as well doing great in the classroom. How do you handle that when you're going through a wrestling season that's really a grind from, you're talking from September, October to early March? How do you keep the grades up and stay on track with, because there's really no one looking over your shoulder. It's all on you when you're in college.
Right. So the biggest thing with that is definitely your time management. You got to have everything planned out. You have to know what you have to get done and when you have to get it done. But the great thing about that is everyone here is so awesome when it comes to athletics and sports, and grades really do come first, and everybody knows that, especially at RIT, because that's one of the reasons that I think D3 wrestling is so great, is because you're there because you want to be there. There are no scholarships holding you back at the D1 level. If you're there because you want to wrestle. And that's just one of the big reasons that school comes first. So as long as you keep your grades straight and manage your time, it shouldn't really be a problem.
Joe, real quick before we let you go, what are you studying? What do you hope to be when you grow up?
Right now I'm one semester away from graduating with a bachelor's in civil engineering technology. And when I graduate, I'm hoping to go into project management field.
Awesome, man.
Be a VP or project manager.
That's awesome, man. Well, continued success to you and your family, and keep up the hard work and the great work. And I'm sure you'll do some great things even post college. And we appreciate you taking a few minutes, and always enjoy talking some wrestling with you.
Yep, thank you. Thank you for having me on.
All right, have a great weekend, buddy.
See you later.
That was Joe Cutugno.